Our doors and frames are always supplied fully aligned to be square and level, but it's always sensible to check before making adjustments. To check your door sits square to the frame, use a carpenter's square, placing it in the upper corner rebates of the frame, and check that the carpenter's square fits exactly to both the upright and the lateral timbers. If your door is built out of square, please report this to your builder, ideally supported with a mobile phone photograph. Because timber is a natural material, all of our hardware is designed to enable you to make minor fitting adjustments to the way the door sits in the frame. This can be necessary in order to compensate for changes in humidity, seasonal weather patterns, or simply for general maintenance. To adjust for natural expansion and contraction of the door, Howarth Timber Windows and Doors offers a set of door hinge packers free of charge. We factory fit our doors with 3mm hinge packers. However, they're available in thicknesses ranging from 2mm to 5mm and also come in white or brown to coordinate with the color of your door. The packers are used to maintain a snug fit between the door and the upright of the door frame. Where the door has contracted, simply open the door to provide access to the hinges. Remove one hinge from the door and adjust by placing one of the packers between the hinge and the door, then refit the hinge. Once you've established the correct gauge of packer, remove one hinge at a time and pad out with the appropriate packers. Where expansion has occurred and the door is binding on the frame, simply undertake the same procedure but changing each of the packers for a thinner gauge to suit. Always make sure you retain the hinge packers for future use. If you're experiencing a small level of air or water ingress, it may be that the door is simply not correctly adjusted to maintain a good fit with the weather seal on the frame. This is easily corrected, as there are adjustments built into the lock and bolt keeps on the door frame, which will allow you to pull the door tighter to the seal in the frame, or of course, pull it away from the seal if the door is proving too hard to close. If your door won't lock, the first step is to identify whether the locking mechanism is faulty. This is easy to do. Simply open the door and then undertake the normal locking procedure. If you can see that the lock and chute bolts are all operating correctly, the problem isn't the locking mechanism. If the locking mechanism is working, firstly check the lock and bolt keeps for any debris that might prevent them from engaging correctly, and as a precaution, clean out each keep. Also, check the keeps for any damage that might be caused from the lock hitting against it. If you do find damage, each keep has lateral adjustment. Simply use a flathead screwdriver and adjust as necessary until the door locks correctly. If the lock still isn't engaging, it'll be necessary to fault find to identify which keep is preventing the door from locking correctly. To do this, it'll be necessary to remove each keep in turn and then retry locking the door. When you have successfully engaged the locking mechanism, the keep that has been removed is the one needing adjustment, but please never remove more than one keep at a time. You can adjust each keep using a flathead screwdriver. Rotating the screwdriver clockwise or anti-clockwise adjusts the center point of the keep, enabling the locking points to engage. If the locking mechanism is working but there is insufficient adjustment in the keep to enable the lock to engage, as an emergency measure, you can remove the keep, which should then allow the lock or bolt to engage. This is, however, a temporary emergency measure, and you should call your builder or a helpline on 0330 119 2354. We have a number of skilled craftsmen throughout the UK who will be able to help.